He's back. Or is he? The man who divides the tennis world more than any other, the explosive, unpredictable, and undeniably brilliant Nick Kyrgios, has officially appeared on the men's entry list for the upcoming 2025 US Open. Despite a wrist injury that has sidelined him since the Miami Open, Kyrgios is using a protected ranking to throw his hat into the ring for the year's final Grand Slam.
Is this the long-awaited return of tennis's greatest showman to the grandest stage? Or another chapter in his frustrating saga of immense talent plagued by setbacks? Today, we are breaking down the complete, just-released entry lists for what is shaping up to be an absolutely monumental US Open at Flushing Meadows. With Wimbledon now in the rearview mirror, all eyes are turning to the iconic hard courts of New York. In this deep dive, we're going to analyze the titans at the top, the dangerous dark horses, and the rising stars poised to cause chaos in both the men's and women's draws. We'll ask the big questions. Can the seemingly unstoppable Jannik Sinner continue his historic assault on the tennis calendar? Will world number one Aryna Sabalenka finally conquer her Grand Slam demons this year? And which players lurking down the list have the firepower to orchestrate a legendary upset? Let's get into it. The men's singles draw is, in a word, stocked. At the very top, we have the man of the moment, the Italian phenom, Jannik Sinner. The article lists him as the reigning champion, and while we look forward to the future, it's his current form that has the tour on notice. He's been on an absolute tear, playing with a level of controlled aggression and tactical genius that has left opponents bewildered. His bid for what the source calls his third slam of the year speaks to a level of dominance few have achieved. His powerful baseline game, lethal backhand, and newfound confidence make him the undeniable favorite. But hot on his heels is the Spanish wonderkind, Carlos Alcaraz. Ranked number 2, Alcaraz brings a completely different energy. He's pure electricity on the court, a whirlwind of jaw-dropping drop shots, explosive forehands, and superhuman court coverage that defies geometry. The Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry has become the defining matchup of this new generation, a clash of fire and ice that promises to light up the tournament. We can only hope for another classic encounter under the lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium. Then you have the established guard. Alexander Zverev, at number 3, has quietly put together a season of incredible consistency. His powerful serve and rock-solid ground strokes make him a threat on any surface, but the hard courts of New York are where he has previously reached a final. He's hungry to finally get over that final hurdle and claim his maiden Grand Slam. And you can never, ever count out the legend himself, Novak Djokovic. Listed at number 6, a ranking that feels almost surreal for the 24-time major champion, Djokovic remains the ultimate benchmark in men's tennis. His tactical mind, unparalleled return of serve, and iron will make him the most feared opponent in the draw, regardless of his seeding. Every player in the field knows that the path to the US Open title likely goes through him. The American contingent is also looking incredibly strong, fueling hopes for a homegrown champion. Taylor Fritz leads the charge at number 4, bringing his massive serve and forehand combination. Ben Shelton at number 9 is a human highlight reel whose electrifying style and emotional connection with the New York crowd make him a particularly dangerous threat. He thrives on the big stage. Then there's the ever-crafty Frances Tiafoe, a showman who feeds off the energy of the crowd like no other. The steady Tommy Paul, whose all-around game has no glaring weaknesses. The powerful Sebastian Korda, and the rising star Alex Michelson. The depth of American talent is remarkable, and the home crowd will be a massive factor, creating a fortress of noise and support for their players. It's an absolutely stacked field, and the drama is already building before a single ball is struck. If you're as excited as I am for the showdown at Flushing Meadows, do me a favor and hit that like button to let us know who you're rooting for. Now, let's talk about the X factors, the players who could completely tear up the script. And we have to start with Nick Kyrgios. His entry via a protected ranking is fascinating. This is a special provision that allows players sidelined by long-term injuries to use their previous ranking to enter tournaments. For Kyrgios, whose ranking is listed as 21p, this is a golden ticket back to the main draw. When he's healthy and motivated, his serve is arguably the best in the world, and his shot making is second to none. But the questions are huge. How is his wrist? How is his match fitness? Will we get the focused competitor or the distracted entertainer? His presence alone adds an incredible layer of intrigue. He's not the only one on the comeback trail. We see the names of Marin Cilic and Kei Nishikori on the list, two former US Open finalists who have battled significant injuries. Their experience and proven ability on this stage make them opponents nobody will want to face in the early rounds. And then there are the dark horses, a whole pack of them. Players like Holger Rune, with his fiery attitude and all-court game. Jack Draper of Great Britain, whose meteoric rise to number 5 is a testament to his lethal lefty game. The ever-dangerous Andrei Rublev, whose relentless power can overwhelm anyone, but who is still searching for that elusive major semifinal. And don't sleep on players like Hubert Hurkacz, whose serve can be unplayable, or Matteo Berrettini, whose forehand and serve combo is tailor-made for these courts. The list goes on, from seasoned veterans like Gael Monfils and Roberto Bautista Agut to young guns like Arthur Fils and Jakub Mensik. This depth means the early rounds are going to be a minefield. There will be upsets. There will be 5-set thrillers. That is a guarantee. Now, let's shift our focus to the women's singles draw, which is every bit as compelling and unpredictable. At the top of the list is the formidable world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. The article paints a poignant picture of her season, a dominant player who keeps knocking on the door of another major title, only to fall just short, with 2 finals and a semifinal to her name. That has to be fueling an intense fire within her. Her raw power is unmatched in the women's game. When her serve and forehand are firing, she is simply unstoppable. The question for Sabalenka will be one of nerve. Can she hold it together in the biggest moments to finally lift the trophy in New York? The competition she faces is immense. Right there is Coco Gauff of the United States. As the local hero and defending champion, the pressure on Gauff will be enormous, but she has shown she can handle it. Her incredible defensive skills, combined with an ever-improving offensive game, make her a nightmare to play against. With the entire stadium behind her, she will be a force of nature. And then there is the number 3, Iga Swiatek. While best known for her utter dominance on clay, Swiatek has already won the US Open. Her relentless consistency, incredible footwork, and the sheer weight of her topspin forehand can grind any opponent into dust. The battle for supremacy between Sabalenka, Gauff, and Swiatek is the headline act of the women's tournament, but the list of contenders runs so much deeper. The American women, beyond Gauff, present a formidable phalanx of talent. Jessica Pegula, Madison Keys, Emma Navarro, and the returning Amanda Anisimova all possess top 10 talent and the ability to go on a deep run. Sofia Kenin, a former major champion, is also on the list, looking to recapture the form that took her to the top of the sport. The depth of American women's tennis is truly on display here. One of the most exciting storylines is the presence of several former champions and superstars on the comeback trail. Naomi Osaka, a 2-time US Open champion, is on the entry list at number 49. Her journey back to the top of tennis has been inspirational, and everyone knows what she is capable of on a hard court. Her power game is perfectly suited for Flushing Meadows, and she is the one player no seed wants to draw early. We also see Belinda Bencic, Emma Raducanu, and Karolina Muchova. Raducanu's fairy tale run to the title a few years ago is the stuff of legend, and her fans are desperate to see her return to that scintillating form. Muchova's crafty, all-court game took her to a major final, and if she's healthy, her variety can disrupt any of the top power players. And let's not forget the special rankings. We see an S next to names like Petra Kvitova, a 2-time Wimbledon champion, and Sorana Cristea. Much like a protected ranking, a special ranking helps players who have been away from the sport, often for reasons like maternity leave. The return of a champion like Kvitova, with her massive lefty serve, adds another layer of danger and quality to an already packed draw. But what about the new generation? Keep your eyes on Mira Andreeva. Listed at number 5, Her rapid ascent has been nothing short of breathtaking. She plays with the poise of a seasoned veteran and possesses a complete game that belies her youth. She is no longer a rising star. She is a legitimate contender. We also have Diana Schneider, Linda Noskova, and the powerful Leylah Fernandez of Canada, who already has a US Open final under her belt. These fearless young players are not intimidated by the big names and are ready to make their own mark. Furthermore, let's look at some of the true disruptors in the women's field. Players like Jelena Ostapenko from Latvia, a former French Open champion whose go-for-broke style means she can beat anyone on any given day, or lose spectacularly. She is the definition of a high-risk, high-reward player. Then there's Danielle Collins of the United States, who is on her farewell tour. Playing with a freedom that is making her more dangerous than ever, she has nothing to lose and everything to gain in her final US Open appearance. And you can never discount former world #1 Victoria Azarenka, a two-time finalist in New York whose intensity and backhand remain world-class. These are the players who make the draw so fascinating beyond the top seeds. From seasoned champions to fearless newcomers, the women's tournament is promising to be a roller coaster of emotions and brilliant tennis. Who are you rooting for to make a deep run? Let me know your dark horse picks in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the world of professional tennis, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. As we scan down both the men's and women's lists, the sheer global talent is astounding. Players from Italy, Spain, Germany, Great Britain, Serbia, Australia, Canada, Argentina, Japan, China, and so many more nations are represented. It's a true celebration of the sport. We have veterans like Adrian Manarino, whose quirky style continues to baffle opponents, alongside newcomers like China's Bu Yunchao-Ket and Shang Juncheng, representing the future of Asian tennis. We see entertainers like Corentin Moutet and Alexander Bublik, who are guaranteed to produce viral moments. We see players with incredible stories of perseverance, like Damir Dzumhur from Bosnia and Herzegovina or Kamil Majtrak from Poland. Every single name on this list represents a journey of dedication, sacrifice, and an extraordinary level of skill. The 2025 US Open is not just a tournament. It's a culmination of a year's worth of battles, a final chance for glory, and a glimpse into the future of the sport. The stage is set, the players are confirmed, and the stories are ready to be written on the hard courts of Flushing Meadows. It's going to be epic. Get ready.